Hey guys, Cody with Flynn's Painting TV. Today we're doing a continuation of part 2 on our falling ceiling repair. We're doing our last few laterals here. We've been here for a couple days now doing some work, and I'm still in the process of finishing it, and we're still getting these laterals up. So we're going to go a little more in depth in this video than we did the last one. So part 1 of putting our laterals in is seeing where that is going to butt up to the crown, and then we're going to mark our piece here and then Dremel it out. We've been doing this process where every single board goes and butts up with this crown just enough for that 1x5 piece of trim to fit nicely seated into the crown, about an inch. It's very important to measure after you get this cut, or you'll be about an inch shy. Here's the Dremel tool we're using to do our first and second cut. And this is cut number 1 of 2 that we're having to make on this crown piece. The second cut is going to be shaving that lip about down to 1/16 of an inch. Just enough for that thickness of the board to butt up in there. And we're having to use shims and butt up true. Some of these joints are growing about 1/8 of an inch, even up to 1/2 inch. Talked to my paint rep at Sherwin-Williams, and the Sherwin-Williams Shear Max caulk, lifetime warranty. It is only good for 1/8 of an inch in certain circumstances, due to temperature, weather conditions, humidity levels, stuff like that. But we're actually putting some backer rod to fill the big cracks before we put the caulk in, to minimize our caulking material, as well as putting something in there to hold it other than caulk. You know, this will hold a lot better than just caulking a 1/2 inch gap with nothing on it. I highly suggest putting your backer rod in. I tried this several different ways before I come up with this solution. After you get that first piece out, if you make 2 little cross pieces, kind of like an X on each corner, you can break those pieces off and shave them at that point. And then we can continue to shave that little lip till we have enough of an inch thickness. Here's our piece that comes out. And now we're ready to put our 1x5 up. And you want to preserve your edges and make them butt up as nice and tight as possible for the least biggest joint you can. This will help when it comes to caulking. And now we're going to measure our piece. And if you're running 90 degrees square and true, you should have the same kind of measurements, and we've been staying 45.5 down these laterals to the left. So we're going to go ahead and cut our piece. Once you get it where you want it, you're going to want some shims, right? So drill down here. We got to make it run into this. Put one here, one here. Let's go ahead. We want it to be flush. Right there and right here.
to get one more shim. Double up. We can check his board to see if we're running true. Back this out just a hair. That's how you do your laterals. Okay, we're on our last piece now, which is right here. It's gonna look a little wonky till we get these cracks filled. See, big old crack. But you take this board here. It's gonna look beautiful once we get this caulked and puttied. Here's a product called Crawford's Putty, and this is what we're using for holes. It's sandable and it's for paint grade. Here's 2 holes. See that hole there? And it's sandable, but if you put it in there, you don't even have to sand it. Repeat the same process. Now we're taking some of this backer rod and putting it in the bigger cracks. Note to all y'all, when you're doing your shims, try to leave enough space for that backer rod to go in. If you have big gaps, all ready, and some tubes on standby. We've got our backer rod in. All our thicker areas that we have. And now it's time to start caulking. So, and these are thicker gaps than usual, and you will be using a lot of caulk. Ugh. Probably gonna need a second application of caulk where these gaps are just so big. Just probably go over it a little bit to make it
go with the surface. See, it's still in a little bit. So 2 applications on that. Now we're going through where this plywood has went up and separated from the crown right here. Then we're going to pull some mud through here, seal that up. You can see the plywood right there. Okay, we've got her caulked the first round. Started her patches. I use something a little different than I usually use since this is plywood underneath here. Got my patches where the bubbling was all the way around, and quickly turns into a ceiling repaint. But here's every seam taped up where we don't have our 1-bys, and got a little bit of caulking right in here to finish today, and we're going to wait to caulk this until we get this all straightened out with the patching and all. There's another spot I had to really put some mud on. And, I got this bedroom now. This is a little project. It's probably going to be a ceiling repaint. And we got this little ceiling that was cracking out. We've eliminated all the cracks in this whole area downstairs. This is pull 1 of 2, hopefully. And on pull 2, I'll probably negate some of these cracking joints where we did the TNG to sheetrock. A little bit of stress in just a couple spots. Thanks for watching part 2 of 3 of our falling ceiling repair. Third video won't be as in depth, but it will show a couple more steps and ending results. Flynn's Painting TV, Flynn's Painting Company out of Asheville, North Carolina. Find us on Facebook and Google. Like and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys for watching part 2 of 3 of our falling ceiling repair. Stay tuned for a final part 3. We'll be sanding these patches and doing 1 or 2 more pulls. You probably won't see the magnitude of depth on this third video. Thank you guys for watching part 2 of 3 of our falling ceiling repair. Stay tuned for a final part 3. We'll be sanding these patches and doing 1 or 2 more pulls. You probably won't see the magnitude of depth on this third video.